Hey everyone, what's up? This is Colt Schroeder, aka the Buffalo Nerd, and I'm here with you this week on this week's DFS short. Basically, each and every week here, we're going to be kind of breaking down the top players from basically the quarterback, the running back, tight end, and wide receiver that I recommend for the week. Pulling a plethora of data from a bunch of different places and coming up with some packaged up, just things for you guys to think about when you're making your rosters this week. So we're going to kick it off, and this week's going to seem real heavy in the chalk. Part of winning is just identifying the top play and running with that play, right? So basically this week, you're going to see probably a lot of chalk plays. I think it's a smart move. There's some teams with some good matchups. So starting out number one at the quarterback position, Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. I think he's been 7-1 against Miami. He's thrown 21 touchdowns and 5 interceptions over and there's only been 2 interceptions over the last 3 years. Miami's coming in with the 23rd ranked pass defense at 255 yards a game, and they're 17th against the run. We just watched Lamar Jackson of Baltimore throw the ball for about 300 and some yards against them last week. So Josh Allen has looked very good so far this season. I think he's a plug and play in there that you put him in. He's going to easily get you probably 3 touchdowns this week and probably close to 200 and some odd, 325, 350 yards combined rushing. But his floor should be around 3 touchdowns. There's no reason to not be there for what he's going up against this week. Got a full plethora of offense. Everything looks good in a potential shootout. Josh Allen, top quarterback of the week. Running back, this week I like Joe Mixon a lot. I think that the Bengals are kind of finding themselves in a weird situation here early, but they need to win, and they need to win now. But the Jets are not a team that you can just push over, but Joe Mixon is averaging 23 attempts through the first 2 games of the season. The last 2 times he's actually gone up against the Jets, he scored at least 1 touchdown. And the Jets are ranked 21st against the run. And they've given up about 123 yards a game. Mixon, you're also going to see him in the passing game. He's one of the true bell cows left. I think that you're going to find this to be a game that Joe Mixon is ultimately T. Higgins is banged up, so potentially going to be looking for some openings there. Hayden Hurst should be back this week, but this feels very much like an opportunity for Joe Mixon to settle in, get his feet really going here this season, and finish out against a team that's probably going to give him a lot of opportunities. Again, this is going to sound real chalk heavy, but the wide receiver of the week is Cooper Kupp. I mean, this is plain and simple. His last 4 games against Arizona, he's seen 11.75 targets. He just put up 2 touchdowns last week. This Arizona defense is just terrible. They're giving up 302 yards a game on average. I just don't see that there's any avenue where Cooper Kupp isn't going to get himself, 13, 14 targets. That's got to result in at least 9, 10 catches. He's going to be plus 100 yards. He scored a touchdown in every game so far this season. No reason to believe he will not do it again against the Arizona Cardinals this week, who are coming in with just a terrible, terrible secondary. And Cooper Kupp has gone up against good secondary so far this season, and he's clearly the best option in that offense. So again, maybe a chalk play, but Cooper Kupp should be up there on your DFS as your top wide receiver this week. To close it out, we're going to finish with a little more chalk. It's Travis Kelce this week for me at the tight end position. There's not been many tight ends that have truly been producing. I think that if you look at his opportunity this week, he's got a positive passing matchup. I look at a lot of the, stats, from PFF in different locations where they look at kind of the opportunity, the matchup, right? And he's got a very good matchup against the linebackers this week. And on the flip side of that, the wide receivers do not have a good matchup. The secondary of the Colts are actually really good, and they tend to force you to do other things. So that's going to centralize everything into Kelce, I believe, this week for him to just have not maybe a massive game, but if you're looking just for that consistency and you're going to have to pay for it, this week he's going to be around 8 targets. He's getting 8 targets on average a game. I see no way that he doesn't get at least 5 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown this week. To me, he should probably be in that top 2-3 tight end mix this week. And if you're gonna pay the piper, you're gonna be up against a team that in the Colts that have not looked great early. Your offense is rolling, but your wide receivers have not necessarily given you everything that you've been hoping for. So I think this week you've got to roll out Travis Kelce against the Indianapolis Colts. Again, that's going to be this week's short for the week. I'm just going to make this pretty simple, pretty quick, not waste much of your time, just give you the hot big points, the guys you should really be trying to get in your lineups each and every week for the daily fantasy game that you're playing. If you're going to make money, these are the players that you need to have in your lineup.